Hey guys, so today we're going to be using Minecraft Edu and we're going to explore the teacher role. So that means the different tools that teachers can use when accessing Minecraft Edu. I've already logged in as the teacher and I already took the liberty of building a school or work zone you can work with your students with. The only thing I have to do is add a few things, which I will be doing with you guys. So first, I'm going to show you the teacher menu. So if you hit M, it brings up the menu just like with students, and you have different options. So the first section's personal, the second section's world settings, third is player settings, player management, assignments, give, stations, and building tools. Now under personal, you have spectator mode, which will allow you to be invisible, which is good if you're going to go around and observe students. There's creative mode, which only affects the teacher. You'll be able to fly. You have unlimited blocks in your inventory, and you can destroy blocks instantly, which is really helpful when you're building stuff. You can also increase the movement speed, teleport back to surface, which is a tool students can use too, and that's when you're underground digging and oh man, I'm so deep underground it'll take me forever to get to the surface. Boop, bam, back to the surface. Really helpful. And then we have teleport to spawn. Now I had originally placed a spawn block here, and they're great because everyone, students or you, can teleport to them at any time, but you can only have one per world, and so we already have one in this world. I kind of messed up when I placed it, so I had to eliminate it. But there's another option we can use instead of spawn block, and that's a teleport block. I'll get to that in a few minutes. So anyway, back to this. So we just went over personal. Now we're going to world settings. This will allow you to change your world any number of ways. So you can change the game mode, you can change the difficulty, you allow different elements into the game, such as fire and TNT, random structures, allow animals to be in there, different weather effects like snowstorms, rainstorms, other dimensions like the ether. You can allow villagers, allow monsters, and this down here in the bottom left is the time, the world time. So you can set the world time at any point in time. Right now it's set at noon, and it's locked, so it'll never change. And this is really helpful if you just want your students to work in the light, or if you want them to just work in the dark. So just something, a little extra customization you can use. And then under player settings, you can allow students to PvP, which means they can hurt each other. So if you're having a survival thing with students, or maybe you decided a fun activity would be to do the Hunger Games, you allow PvP and see what happens. That'd be a pretty cool idea. But you can also allow student surfacing. That's the ability you can use it with your M. Just shoots you to the surface. This makes sure that students can use it. You can also freeze students, so they can't move, they can't destroy blocks, and they cannot place blocks. So if you want their attention, you just freeze them, and then type whatever you need to type. Keep inventory. This allows you, well, everyone to keep their inventory when they die. Right now it won't really matter because it's only applicable in survival game modes. This one allows students respawning. It'll allow them to send themselves back to the spawn location. Again, really helpful if you're trying to get class back together. This one allows students to build, and you can also mute students with their in-game chat. Now, in order to access chat, you have to hit the T button and then you type. It can be hard to keep track of chat when you have a ton of students, so the mute option is really helpful. If you also break your students into groups and they're working on group activities, maybe assigning them a group name or just group number, and then they have to type that number in before they type, it's also very helpful to differentiate the different groups. So player management, this is pretty nice. You can just look at whoever's online. You can teleport these people to your location, or teleport yourself to their location. If it's a student, you could teleport all students to your location, which is a very helpful tool, again, to collecting everyone, getting them together if you have a message for them. You can also make it so students aren't allowed to move and not allowed to send chat messages. Assignments, this is nice. So say you create an assignment. I created one earlier. Create a school, create a place for students to meet and learn Minecraft Edu, which I successfully did. The give section, this is really a nice section, so you can type in any item, and I'm going to go with a teleport block. I'm going to give one to myself. So give it to me, now I have a teleport block. And you can give any kind of item to anyone. So this is very helpful. Say one person can't find a certain resource, boom, there you go. Stations. Now these are different places that have teleport blocks that we could teleport to. And they have locations. We're going to be adding one in just a minute, but it's an easy way to navigate the different areas, or maybe different activities you set up. Last but not least, building tools. You can enable build mode, long distance building, fill clear tool, and then place them out, dig them out, depending on what you're building. The fill clear tool is extremely helpful, and I'll be showing that in just a second. But what you can do is you can place one block and then place another block, and what it'll do is fill in between those blocks. It's very difficult though, and you have to be careful because you can place too many blocks and fill areas and then erase everything that's in that area too. Long distance building is pretty nice. Allows you to go 60 blocks away and destroy and place blocks. So they make building a lot quicker. But alright, so we're going to enable the fill clear tool in long distance building, and I'm going to show you, ladies and gents, we're just going to place this guy right there, and then this one right there, and as you see, boom, sends it out nicely. So now I just expand this whole section really fast. So we're going to place, the next thing we're going to do is place this teleport block here, and we're going to enter a new name. Mike's School for Learners. No, we'll do Mike's School for we'll just do Mike's School. So now it's on here as one of the different areas that people can teleport to. There's one last thing I want to show you. So you create an assignment, you post it for students to see. So like this, create a building with resources, find, work together, and then fill out a journal on what you learned. So students, and we're going to have to turn off this fill clear tool, can access booking quills. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to put this down here. By right-clicking, and they can fill in information like was here. And then they can sign it, and then give it a title, Journal 2. Sign and close, and now it's a piece that they wrote in that documents what they learned. So it's a good way to collect feedback, have them answer questions, reflect on what they learned. It's a fun, easy way to do things. Well, anyway, that's an overview of Minecraft Edu, the teacher menu. So I hope you had fun. Alright, bye guys.